Hey there, friend. Have you ever had one of those moments where you think of someone you haven't spoken to in ages and out of the blue? Your phone buzzes with their text? Or maybe you keep seeing the same number everywhere you go on license plates, receipts, even your oven clock. Seriously, it's like the universe is playing a game of hide and seek, sprinkling little signs all around you. If you've ever felt that tingling curiosity, wondering if there's a deeper meaning behind these so-called coincidences, then you've stumbled upon the right video. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on a phenomenon called synchronicity, and I promise it'll shift the way you see the world. So get comfy, because we're about to dive into 5 powerful types of synchronicities and how to recognize these cosmic winks from the universe. Before we jump into the juicy details, let's get on the same page about what synchronicity actually is. In the simplest terms, synchronicity is when events line up in such a strangely meaningful way that you can't help but wonder if some invisible force is at work. It's like reality momentarily becomes elastic, stretching, bending, and molding itself to match your thoughts, your feelings, and even your deepest desires. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung originally introduced the idea and described it as meaningful coincidences that defy typical explanation. But let's keep it real. It's not that every random occurrence is the universe trying to send you a top-secret message. Sometimes life is just life. The trick is telling the difference between random chance and those moments that hit you in the gut with an unmistakable sense of, whoa, that's weirdly personal. When that sense of personal meaning strikes, chances are you're smack in the middle of a synchronicity. You might feel your heart flutter, your mind snap to attention, or a sudden certainty that you just witnessed something extraordinary. So why should we care about these cosmic nudges? Because they wake us up. They hint that maybe, just maybe, there's more to our everyday reality than meets the eye. Imagine life as a grand stage, and these synchronicities as subtle cues from the director, letting us know we're on track with the script. They can offer insight, guidance, warnings, or even total confirmation that your wild hunch is spot on. They may also point towards something bigger than our individual egos, showing us the hidden threads connecting all of us in this complex tapestry of existence. I like to think of synchronicity as a gentle pat on the shoulder from the universe, almost saying, hey, pay attention. This moment right here, this is important. It's the kind of thing that breaks you out of autopilot and reminds you that your life is part of a grand puzzle, with pieces sliding together in ways you might never expect. Let's talk about the first type, warning or alert synchronicities. These are like those flashy orange traffic cones the universe puts in your path to tell you, slow down, there's a ditch up ahead. They often show up when you're about to make a major decision, or there's a potential rough patch looming on the horizon. Example scenario. Imagine you're all set to take a new job. The salary sounds great, and the position seems like a dream come true. You're on your way to finalize the contract, but everything keeps going wrong. First, your car won't start. Then you get an unexpected phone call that delays you. Next, you arrive late to the meeting, only to find out the person who interviewed you has suddenly quit the company. These circumstances might be the universe's way of saying, hey, heads up. There's more to this offer than meets the eye. Sometimes, the signs can be more symbolic. Maybe you're listening to the radio, and every song lyric mentions heartbreak or caution right when you're debating a big life choice. Or you notice negative references to that new position popping up in your social media feed like it's creeping into every corner of your reality. The point is, these negative or cautionary signals can prompt you to slow down, gather more information, and possibly avoid walking into a situation that's not right for you. Key takeaway: warning synchronicities often come with friction. If you feel like the universe is handing you bad luck all of a sudden, step back and ask yourself if it's actually a heads up to reconsider your next move. It might save you from a bigger disappointment down the line. On the flip side, we have confirmation synchronicities, which can feel like receiving a golden seal of approval from the cosmos. Think of it as a warm wink that says, yes, you're on the right path, keep going. We all crave those moments, right? Especially when we're diving into something unknown and need a nudge to tell us we're not totally off base. Example scenario: let's say you've been dreaming of starting a small bakery for years. One day, you finally muster the courage, rent a quaint little storefront, and invest your savings in baking equipment. The first morning you're open, a random stranger walks in and says, "I've been looking all over for a bakery that makes scones just like my grandmother used to." Her eyes light up at the taste. She raves about the place, and then places a massive order to cater her upcoming event. That moment feels like more than just luck. It's as if the universe is patting you on the back and whispering, "Yes, this is what you were meant to do." The feeling is usually accompanied by relief, excitement, and sometimes even tears of joy. These types of synchronicities can keep you fueled for weeks or months, reminding you that your inner compass pointed you in the right direction. Key takeaway: confirmation synchronicities often arrive with a sense of rightness. You might get goosebumps, feel a sudden rush of gratitude, or sense an uplifting wave of energy. Pay attention to those signals, their motivation to keep chasing your dreams. Next up, let's explore prophetic or symbolic synchronicities. Think of these as cryptic postcards from the future, dropping little hints about what's coming next. While they aren't always as dramatic as a movie-style prophecy, no swirling clouds or booming voices, they can still carry deep significance if you learn how to interpret them. Common signs: recurring numbers, seeing 11, 11, 3, 33, or 4, 44 on clocks or receipts can be a heads up that you're in sync with some underlying energetic pattern. Repetitive symbols: a certain animal, color, or object appears in dreams, on billboards, or even on your favorite TV show. After it happens a few times, you realize it's too odd to be random. Vivid dreams: some dreams come with messages so clear they feel more real than real life. Maybe you dream about a specific location you've never visited, only to find yourself invited there the following week. Example scenario: let's say you can't stop seeing images of keys on your social media feed. In movies, you find an old key in a drawer. Then one night, you dream that you're unlocking a massive door that leads to a bright, inviting space. A couple of weeks later, you stumble upon a new career opportunity that metaphorically opens a door you've been waiting for. That repetitive key symbol might have been your subconscious pinging you about the upcoming breakthrough. Key takeaway: prophetic synchronicities often require a bit of deciphering. Keeping a journal for your dreams and daily strange occurrences can help. Over time, you'll see a pattern emerging like puzzle pieces, finally clicking together, and that's how you'll unlock the message behind the symbols. Now, let's dig into one of my personal favorites: manifestation synchronicities. These happen when your inner world, like your thoughts or desires, magically unfolds in your outer reality. It's basically the law of attraction in action. You think or feel something strongly, and then poof, the universe hands it to you on a silver platter. Example scenario: you're daydreaming about traveling to Greece. You imagine the sparkling beaches, the taste of fresh olives, and the ancient architecture. Then you log onto social media and bam! The first post you see is from a friend who just booked a cheap flight to Athens. You scroll some more, and an ad for Greek island cruises pops up. The very next day, your cousin calls saying she's planning a trip to Santorini and invites you along. Sure, modern algorithms might be at play when you see ads online. They can be a little too good at reading our searches. But it's the timing and the pattern that's extraordinary. When manifestation synchronicities occur, it often feels like the entire universe teams up to make your dream happen. Key takeaway: manifestation synchronicities highlight that your thoughts have power. It's a wake-up call to watch what you focus on, because you might just get it, whether it's something you want or something you fear. And that's a huge reminder that your mind and emotions are shaping more than you realize. Last, but definitely not least, we've got opportunity synchronicities, the doorways that open up precisely when you need them. Picture them like stepping stones that appear right under your feet as you walk into the unknown, each stone leading you closer to where you truly want to be. Example, scenario: you're in a tight spot financially and worried about next month's rent. Seemingly out of nowhere, a distant acquaintance offers you a freelance gig that perfectly matches your skill set. Or maybe you've been wanting to move to a new city for a fresh start, and suddenly, a friend who lives there calls to say her roommate is moving out. It's as if the puzzle pieces were scattered around you, and in one smooth motion, they arranged themselves into a perfect picture. Opportunity synchronicities often bring deep relief, a feeling of, oh wow, that's exactly what I needed. If you feel that spark of excitement combined with a sense of ease, that's your sign these events are part of a bigger plan. Key takeaway: opportunity synchronicities shine brightest when you remain open and receptive. They won't barge through your door and force you to say yes. It's up to you to recognize them for what they are: graceful invitations to step into a better version of your life. So, you might be thinking, if all this magical stuff is going on, why aren't I seeing it? Good question. The truth is, many of us slip into daily routines that run on autopilot. We're so busy with errands, work, and social media that these subtle nudges go completely unnoticed. It's like living in a house full of hidden treasure chests, but never checking behind the doors or under the floorboards. Another possibility? You might be so aligned with your deeper purpose that you don't need many cosmic nudges anymore. It's like once you're fully in sync, the universe as your alarm clock isn't necessary. But if you suspect you're missing synchronicities or want to see more of them, it's time to switch off autopilot and actively look around. Practice mindful awareness. Sometimes, it's as simple as slowing down to smell the roses, or in this case, notice the patterns. Make a point of being present in your surroundings. Next time you see repeated numbers or run into the same conversation topic 3 times in a day, pause and ask yourself, is there a message here? Keep a synchronicity journal. Grab a notebook or even a note-taking app on your phone and jot down anything that feels out of the ordinary. Even if it seems silly at first, consistency is key. Over time, patterns emerge, and the meaning behind them can become crystal clear. Embrace curiosity. Treat life like a scavenger hunt. If something sparks your intuition, follow that clue. Read a new book recommended to you twice in the same week, or talk to that stranger who sits next to you on the bus every day. You never know which thread will lead to a vibrant tapestry of connections. Look inward. Synchronicities often mirror what's happening in our subconscious. So a little introspection goes a long way. Meditate, daydream, explore your own hopes and fears. By understanding your inner landscape, you'll recognize how it's being reflected in outer events. Trust your instincts. If you sense that a coincidence isn't just a coincidence, trust that gut feeling. Our rational minds like to dismiss anomalies because they don't fit our usual narrative. But sometimes, your heart knows before your head catches up. Let's address the elephant in the room. What if I'm not experiencing any synchronicities at all? There are a few possible explanations. Life is in a calm phase. Maybe you're currently on a plateau, no big decisions, no major changes. Sometimes that can equate to fewer universe winks. You're incredibly in tune. If you're already living in harmony with your deeper self, you might not need constant external confirmations. Think of it like bowling with the bumpers up once you're good at rolling strikes. You don't need the rails. Missed messages. Be honest. Are you always rushing around glued to your phone or drowning in stress? You might be missing subtle signals because your mental bandwidth is maxed out. If you fall into the latter category, don't panic. Just start engaging more with life's quiet moments. Carve out some time to walk in nature or sit in a cafe without scrolling on your phone. Give your mind the space to wander, and you might be surprised how quickly synchronicities start showing up. Now let's talk about how to make these synchronicities work for you, instead of just marveling at them from a distance. One approach is to combine the concept of synchronicity with intentional manifestation. That means setting a clear desire. Maybe it's finding the perfect partner, starting a new career, or improving your health, and then staying open to unusual clues and coincidences that guide you closer to that goal. This isn't about forcing the universe to bend to your will. It's more like entering a dance. You lead with intention, and the universe responds with synchronicities. Sometimes you'll feel guided to pivot in a new direction or slow down. Other times, you'll find yourself in the perfect place, at the perfect time, with the perfect set of circumstances to make your dreams happen. Allow yourself to be flexible, to follow the cues, and to adapt. Let's do a quick recap to cement this in your mind. Warning or alert synchronicities. Show up before a big, potentially negative decision. Feel like roadblocks or repeated caution signs. Invite you to reconsider your options. Confirmation synchronicities. Offer a joyful thumbs up from the cosmos. Encourage you to keep moving forward on your chosen path. Often accompanied by a sense of relief or excitement. Prophetic or symbolic synchronicities. Present little hints about future outcomes or deeper meanings. Reveal themselves through repeated symbols, dreams, or numbers. Require attention and sometimes journaling to interpret fully. Manifestation synchronicities. Reflect your internal desires in your external world. Show how your thoughts or emotions can shape reality. Remind you to be mindful of what you focus on. Opportunity synchronicities. Arrive as timely breakthroughs or lucky connections. Provide exactly what you need to move forward in life. Feel effortless and incredibly well-timed when they occur. So there you have it, 5 types of synchronicities that might just blow your mind once you begin to notice them. If anything from this video resonates with you, let it serve as a gentle push to start paying closer attention. Listen for those whispers, watch for those clues, and track those patterns, because every now and then, the universe might be knocking on your door with a message tailor-made for you. Synchronicities can feel like tiny miracles, reminding us that life isn't just a random jumble of events. There's an underlying tapestry, and we each hold a thread. If you stay open to the possibility that there's more to this world than meets the eye, you might discover that magic is woven into the most ordinary moments. So the next time a bizarre chain of events lines up perfectly, don't just brush it off. Ask yourself, is there a reason for this? You might be pleasantly surprised by what you find. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you found this video helpful, insightful, or just plain fascinating, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use a dash of cosmic serendipity in their day. Remember to subscribe for more deep dives into the nature of reality and the incredible power of our own consciousness. Until next time, stay curious, keep dreaming, and stay on the lookout for those magical synchronicities.